Hi, I'm Caleb Johnson. I'm the Southern Sales Rep with Randox Toxicology, and I'm here today to discuss the evidence multistat and its use in the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office with their Operations Manager, Mr. Jonathan Waldrop. I'm Caleb Johnson. I am the Southern representative with Randox Toxicology. I kind of do the state of Texas, most of the South, and the West Coast. I've lived in Dallas my whole life and joined Randox about 4 years ago. I know you have recently become a customer in the last couple of years.
Correct.
How long have you been with Spokane?
Spokane, it'd be 10 years this December.
Okay.
So I guess I've been there for almost a decade in this field. Before that, I worked at King County.
Gotcha.
And I was there for almost 3 years there. So, but yeah, no, I've been at Spokane, started out as an investigator, and I'm the operations manager there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how long have you had the multistat?
We've had that multi-stat for, I would say, just over 2 years. Just
Okay.
over 2 years. Does that sound about right? Yeah, just over 2 years. So,
And you mentioned that you have several forensic pathologists. How big is the office there?
yeah, so we have 3 full-time forensic pathologists. We are fulfilling our 4th position. That's going to be next month.
Okay.
Then we'll have a staff of 4. And our county jurisdiction is just under 600,000 is what we serve. But we also do a lot of referral counties for Idaho and Eastern Washington.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had a lot of referral counties. How many exactly?
Yeah, as of right now, we have 13 referral counties.
Oh, wow.
We're hoping to add a couple more once we get our 4th pathologist just up and running.
So your total serviceable population is probably like around 1 million?
Oh, yeah, it's, close to that. Yeah, I'd say over that. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big office.
Yeah.
So what got you into this? What brought you into this field?
Oh, I honestly, I just kind of fell into it. It's interesting. And I like a job that's it's always changing and evolving, and there's new things. It's just something that you're just going to grow into and just see, and it's not just I go in and I do the same thing over and over again. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to see something totally different every time. So,
That is true.
yeah.
So the opioid epidemic. I'm sure that you have talked to the point of exhaustion about this, but I'm going to ask you a few questions about it today.
Yeah, no problem.
So how has that affected your office?
It has. As the death rises in drug overdoses, our numbers are getting pretty high. And in order for our office, we're name accredited. So in order for our doctors and for us to stay accredited, they have to be under a threshold of a certain amount of cases.
Okay.
And so, it's pushing the envelope when we have all those, because by our name standards, we have to do full examinations on those cases. So we do those, plus we're doing those referral counties as well. So we really got to watch our numbers. I review them every month and make sure our doctors are staying in line. So
what brought you to the multistat?
Yeah, the cost. Of course, the upfront cost of the machine, but it's just the turnaround time and the cost. We can send our samples to the state tox lab. That's free, but it's so backlogged that by the time we were getting them back, we were out of our accreditation standards.
And how long was that?
It was greater than 90 days, and that's a
long time.
I would say, sometimes it's 4 or 5 months. It all depends on where we fall in line with it, because it's every single case, all DUI case, everything goes to that state tox lab. It's free, but if we don't get it back in a certain amount of time to sign our death certificates, we lose our accreditation. So we're trying to figure out new ways to and be innovative to be able to have quicker turnaround times, but also not just break the break. So we started out with a private doing a private
reference lab.
Just like a toxicology lab, and that just got expensive. So turnaround time was great, but just we're just getting short on funds. So we ended up picking up 2 Randox machines, and we use those. And we can actually sign out our death certificates right then and there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so we'll sign them out right at the end of the examination. We'll send it over to the Tox Lab for a QA, just to make sure that machine is saying what it's
Gotcha.
So everything is copacetic.
So take me through that process. You mentioned you sign out death certificates, but what is your chain of thought, like when you're making the decision to sign out a death certificate or not with the Randox multistat?
You mean like what ones we choose?
Yeah, which ones do you choose,
absolutely.
and how do you make those decisions?
Right, absolutely. So anything that's a suspected overdose, we'll run the Randox machine. We also do like a urine analysis cup. So that's 5 minutes. It'll let us know if it's a positive, negative type of a result. And that'll lead our pathologist to, we do want to run this toxicology through the Randox machine. So anything that's suspected drug overdose, we'll run it right through that Randox machine.
Gotcha. Yeah. So obviously the turnaround time for these overdose cases, signing them out with the multistat, has greatly decreased the time to death certificate for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that has benefited your community and your office on a larger scale?
Oh, 100%. Because not only do we get like real-time data that we can share with our community partners, like law enforcement, if we're starting to see trends of a certain drug hitting our community, we can then reach out to law enforcement, the DEA, and just let them know, like, hey, we're seeing a string of, cocaine overdoses, and just kind of inform them in real time rather than what we were doing is, letting them know in a lag time, like 6 months later. It's irrelevant at that point.
Has there been any cases recently where you've actually worked with law enforcement off this machine?
Yeah, so we work with the DA's office. They'll report like, hey, we are seeing this kind of drug hit in our streets. What are you seeing in return, type of a thing, and we'll let them know, with confirmation wise, like yes, we are seeing those as fatal overdoses, or we haven't seen that quite yet.
Gotcha.
So, and then to touch back on just with the community partners and outreach, it really helps the family, because before we're having to pen the death certificate and it's just pending. They don't know, they know there's possible overdose, but now they have to sit there. They don't have closure. They have to sit and wait until we get confirmation from those toxicology results.
Gotcha.
And so it helps them out, bring closure in a timely manner for them.
And speaking of kind of on a larger scale, do you think that the multistat has been a benefit of your office for reducing workload?
Yeah, it has, because all we got to do is just load it in the machine, rather than take all these samples, package it all up, run to the post office, drop them off to get sent out to the various tox labs. So, we do it all in-house. And the training and everything like that you guys provide, that you come in, you do the training. All of our staff are trained up on the machine. So it makes it very streamlined, a very streamlined approach.
Well, I'm glad to hear all these positive things about the multistat. If you would like to see something in the future, what is it that you would like to see on the multistat?
Oh, I know it'd be nice to get like influenza and thing. I don't know if that's something you guys could do. No, I'm looking over at you right now, but I don't know if that's something that you could do. That would be really or CO confirmation or things like that, because we do get a lot of the fire deaths or someone was in their motorhome, and we have to send that out. And if there's the machine that could just tell us right then and there, and it could be a fast.
It's screen. Kind of essentially a tox lab in a box for you right now. And so if we could
expand that, that would be that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jonathan. It was a pleasure getting to talk with you, and thank you for being a customer.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, anytime. Take care.